Hello fellow gardeners, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my Alocasia Frydek, and the thing about it, it suddenly died. So I want us to look at it today and we look at solutions and how to revive this plant. My name is Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. So now this is my other Alocasia Frydek, and the thing about this plant is that the other name they use for it is the African shield, because it does look like a shield, and we do have even carvings that look like this in Kenya. But look at that lovely design, and I really do love it, and it's got a very velvety texture on the leaf. Now what had happened is I had this plant, I propagated it maybe 2 years ago, and I used the rhizomes from the plant, and I ended up with so many of this alocasias, and I was actually very proud of it. Then the other day I had it in this area where it was sort of bright indirect sun, and it started getting very crowded because that's where I keep all my alocasias. So what I did is I moved it up on the pedestal there where it gets the morning sun. And I think one problem that I could have got, which alocasias don't like, is either overwatering or underwatering, and that was going to kill the plant. So I believe as it was there, it was really underwatered, because basically the leaves did turn yellow and they started flopping. Now the other thing about having it in this area is I had thought that maybe what happens is the plant is dying because it's root bound, and maybe it's better to look at the roots, which I do have here, my alocasias. And I thought to myself is maybe open it and put it in a bigger pot. However, when I did open the alocasia, I did see that it wasn't root bound, because basically the roots didn't go around and the soil was still in the pot and not depleted, or where the ratio between root and soil, the roots take more, so it wasn't root bound. So the more I think about it is I had actually put it in the wrong location. Now the thing about these beautiful alocasias, we have to understand that they are rainforest plants, and so basically you need to satisfy their needs, which is like having your sun bright indirect, because these lovely plants, they live in the forest under the canopy of the trees. Second thing, it does like a bit of moist soil, but not overwatered, saturated soil. And also the thing about the soil, it has to be well draining, because basically with an alocasia, they don't like water around their roots because you could get root rot. So the other thing about alocasias, because this particular one doesn't grow that big, people do use it as an indoor plant. So now once you do have it as an indoor plant, do try to put it in a north-facing window or an east-facing window, because basically it'll get enough light that it needs for itself. And basically if you do have it as an outdoor plant, do put it in an area that you do get partial sun, because as I did put it in a place where it didn't have partial sun, is basically it just died. So now we're about to save this alocasia. So what we have here is basically, this is the stem bit, and this bottom bit is the rhizome. And in my previous episode, I actually had put the rhizome horizontally, and we started getting shoots going up like this. But in this case, what we'll do is just put it actually vertically in the soil, because basically I do understand that these particular alocasias, they do like to stay slightly root bound, and in order for it to feel safe and comfortable. Now when you do open up an alocasia, you will notice that you get these little bops like this, and these are combs. They look like that, and what I've managed to actually get from them are these combs that look like this. Now with these combs, you can actually use them for propagation purposes, but I've never tried it, and it does recommend that you should have some sort of rooting on it, but I am still going to try to actually propagate this because I have a feeling it will work. What I need to explain is a rhizome is actually an underground stem that has nodes, and from there you'll get the rooting and you will get the shooting coming up. So this here is, as we've seen, is that the rooting comes from the rhizomes, and you can see all these little bumps on the rhizome, and that's where all these shooting of the flower, let me just show you here, like in this particular case, out of it you do get like a shoot that has come from this underground stem and going upwards, just like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually keep these combs that are attached because I do see some shooting happening there. This one I see that it will work. So all it is actually put it in here. So what I'll do is just take this and we'll go in. So I'm going to take this one. First of all, I think I'll need to remove some of those, just like that. Just neaten it. And I'm going to put it here. Put all the roots in. This one, like that. So that's my first plant. And then I will just continue doing this. So I'll put the second one in here. And also sometimes one shouldn't fear too much pulling out a plant and then not feeling confident about whether it's going to root, because usually in the end it always works out well. So I'm going to put this one here. Just like that. And with this one, I'm going to put it horizontally, just in here, like that, and then cover it. So basically, what we're going to do now is sit and wait. I have a strange feeling that this is going to be a success story, only because we've put it into fresh potting soil. We've also trimmed a lot of the old roots, so the roots will get rejuvenated. And second thing is, this time I know better, so I'm going to put it in bright indirect sun, most probably in my kitchen. And then from there, let's see if it's going to actually spring up, and we can follow it on Instagram. So the last thing was these combs. And basically what I think I'm doing is I've taken them individually off the plant, and I'm actually going to just do this. I'm going to take an airlock bag and I'm going to create some humidity for it so that it can quickly propagate. And then we'll see if it works. I've never tried it, it's just an experiment. And we can actually follow this up. So every few days I will open it for the steam and the moisture to actually get out of the bag. But I'll keep it like this in a warm place in my kitchen. And then let's see if it starts rooting, and then we'll know whether combs actually work without rooting. So fellow gardeners, here we are. Let's hope our dear Alocasia does take off, and I am quite confident that because we've done everything that is right for the plant. So don't forget to like, to share, and don't forget to press that subscribe to my channel. Also don't forget to press the notification button so you're always notified. We normally upload every Thursday. And don't forget that we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook. We do a lot of posting on Instagram, so do follow it. And then on YouTube, just put your comments there. I'm always there to help you. And also thank you so much, because I do appreciate all those lovely comments that you do send me, very encouraging. And so we'll see you next time. Bye and happy gardening. Look after your plants.